podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
Beyonce Productions.
I must be the greatest.
Let's get that done.
I've been here before, and I know what it takes. Hard work, dedication. BoxingVoice.com. Mayweather's he's the best.
Win, lose, or draw, we coming to fight. Can't nobody take that away. We're coming to fight.
They do what they can, I do what I want. When you look at how he throws that left hook, it starts out really low. We're going to see what kind of character he has.
And the lefts and rights by Maidana. And it's all Marcos Maidana here. A lot of those punches off his shoulder. I think anybody out there listening or key, anybody, think that that's a dangerous deal to make. I think it's a perfect deal to make. But that's it.
15 minutes. Can you be strong for 15 minutes? Can you? Listen, the concentration is leaving a little bit. Pick it up. Pick it up!
Some things about we got to deal with his body shots. I don't think you want to be that close to us. He's talking about letting the left hook go, then you don't take the left hook. Let's get that done.
Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? Look, we're firemen. Okay. We are firemen! The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat.
BoxingVoice.com.
Let's get that done.
Danny, how much of the difference is it for you at this weight?
You lost weight, man.
Yeah, I'm working out. I lost like 35 every fight is a threat.
Puerto Rico. Miguel
BoxingVoice.com.
We're not going to do that. We're going to take this fight against Keith. We're going to get less than you, Keith, but we're going to get more the second time. So go ahead and make it 2 times.
BoxingVoice.com. My job is to focus on boxing, going out there and being the best that I can be.
All right, you men, please my instructions. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. I want you to touch gloves now, man. You're boxing at the bell. Let's go.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
Saturday, I think somebody's going to get stalked. We don't know who, but, I'm pretty confident in myself. And we're ready.
BoxingVoice.com.
I must be the greatest.
BoxingVoice.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Good morning for your double dosage of a August 11th TBV podcast. This is our second episode, so if you missed the first one, that means that you didn't hit that notification bell or you haven't subscribed. Right now, at the time of airing this, we're at 115,270. We need 30 brave soldiers or individuals willing to join the TBV Army and take us to the next level. But today, we're here to discuss Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. Bigger than the money? Frank Warren and Arum are at odds over the Fury timeline. Seems, a little bit of trouble in paradise with the recent comments of Frank Warren regarding Bob Arum's recent comments on Tyson Fury not fighting this year. It seems as though Tyson Fury is between a rock and a hard place, and that rock is Warren, hard place, Bob Arum. But this is what we're going to be discussing on whether or not Wilder Fury is next, or is AJ Fury somehow next. But then you got the mandatory and Dillian White. So there's a lot to discuss here. Plus, we got Reese Aleem scheduled for half an hour from now. But gentlemen, Alexander Lyonez, New Jersey, call him Tap the Mic a lot. And Mario Monguilla in Corpus Christi. What up?
Hold on. You and your sound snob scapegoat always to dooms. I did not tap on the mic.
So you blaming Mario?
I was on mute, so
I'm blaming you.
Mario always say he's on mute.
You got a tick.
I was on mute.
Mario's always on mute, and Doomy never does it.
I do it sometimes.
Yo, so what's up with this Big Trouble in Little China? Whatever you just said.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Listen. It seems as though we don't know what's going on. Top Rank Bob Arum said in an interview on Monday that the December 19th date that is in play currently for Wilder Fury could get pushed back even further and take place in 2021. But Warren was quick to dismiss that notion and basically is saying that, I spoke to Fury. He wants to fight this year. Specifically, what Warren said was, I spoke to Fury Monday morning. He was quite frustrated when the Arum interview came out. I was unaware of it. It came out of the blue. Fury told me, I want to fight this year. That's my job, to make sure he fights this year. And that was an interview Warren did with BT Sport. He also went on to say Fury fighting in February 2021 is not happening. He's fighting this year, either with Wilder or another fight. We want to fulfill his contractual commitment. He's not going to wait till February.
And look, I'm not saying it isn't possible. I'm not saying it is possible. But what I am saying is Frank Warren just did this with an already contracted and scheduled fight to take place with Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois. They each are getting tune-ups. Joyce got his, and he got a knockout, and Dubois is scheduled to have his pretty soon, or maybe had it. I'm not sure.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that. You're right. But my whole thing is, like, is it bigger than money at this point? Like both of them have goals. And I think at this point, both of them are like, yo, we got to get this over with because we got bigger fish to fry. Yep. I think Wilder wants to be in the spot that he once claimed, right? And we talk about taking short money, but that's not what this is. This is about, yo, let's both agree that, the situation's messed up. We're either going to fight for less money or not going to fight. There is no like, oh, let's negotiate. Like, no, it just doesn't exist. For Fury, he's waiting for that AJ fight. And is it worth fighting in December for lesser money so that he can get that big payday should he win? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm not counting nobody's pockets, and it's not up to me to say what's worth it or not worth it. These men are getting in the ring and they're punching each other at the heaviest weight possible.
So let me ask you some questions here just so I can, kind of take this in. So Bob is saying no Fury fight this year.
Period.
And Frank is saying we need a Fury fight this year.
Frank is saying we got to have a Fury fight this year. And now he did go on to say that, he wants Fury Joshua and it's the fight that everybody wants. But, listen, you can't look, it is what everybody wants, but we can't get what everybody wants. That's just not the way boxing works.
Yeah, but I get it. It's pushing the timeline back. Because forget about Fury Joshua. If you don't do Wilder Fury this year, then Dillian White is a problem because there's just no time. If you don't do it December, I mean, even in December, it's already no time to fight Dillian by 2021. You need to be fighting Fury by November at least, but I guess 2021 is just a date that you need to have a contract in place by, not an actual fight date.
Sure.
Right? So
sure. No, that's fair. Listen, the other point that we have to make, because it would be unfair if we didn't make this point, is from reports going on, Frank is struggling. There have been those that are, in the UK media, by the way, that are suggesting that, his open letter to Eddie reeked of desperation. Now, I didn't read it that way. I'm a hopeless optimistic sometimes. So I didn't read it that way, but I also don't cover the UK scene, and I'm not as familiar with Frank Warren as some of the reporters out there right now. So I don't know. So if you think about it from that sense, is Frank wanting Fury in the ring this year because he could use that check? Look, I don't know how it works. I really don't. I mean, to me, I've always felt like Fury's got too many hands in the cookie jar. Say again?
You got to factor something in if you want to go with this scenario, right? Like, does that mean that Frank is going to secure a big fight for Fury this year? Because if it doesn't mean that, then why would Frank want to waste his last contracted fight with Fury to make peanuts instead of being attached to a bigger fight with Fury?
Well, I think that's why he wants the Joshua fight now, and why he's pushing that narrative that, hey, Wilder is not going to be ready, so let's do it. But nobody's even heard that from Wilder. Like,
he's
the
so
assumption
quiet.
is exactly like look, until Wilder comes out and says,
well,
I'm
his
taking
team
step
has
aside.
already came out and said that they're fighting. Finkel came out.
Exactly.
True.
So like
that's what I'm trying to say is the last we've heard from him is he enacted his rematch clause, right? And that's it. That's all we know. And as far as I'm concerned, nothing has changed. And no matter how bad, fans and Bob and Frank and Fury and Joshua and Eddie all want something else to be true, the fact of the matter is Wilder's still secured his spot in his place. And until that fight happens, I don't know if any other fight can happen.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
But I do like the part of the synopsis where you question, should Fury or Wilder take less money to make this fight happen this year to position themselves for next year?
Exactly.
Because if you don't do this year, then next year you got to do it. Then you got to do your mandatory. That AJ
Everything gets pushed back.
That AJ super fight, that potential $100 million, $200 million payday gets further and further away. So do Wilder and Fury say, yo, we're going to take what we could take at this time. I'm going to beat you. No, I'm going to beat you. Well, I'm betting on me because I want to get into this next year ready to, make this super mega fight in the heavyweight division for Undisputed.
Yeah, no, you gotta put yourself in the position to stay on schedule, man. I mean, this could pushing this back could just lead to more mishaps in making this big fight happen, man. It's happened before when we start trying to, postpone and wait, and divert from the schedule. I don't know what kind of financial trouble Frank Warren's in or what's going on, but the fight between Wilder and Fury is already solid. That has to happen. I mean, Fury has to fight according to his contractual agreements, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, it begs the question whether or not these two men should just get in there and fight. And again, I'm not suggesting, oh, shut up and fight type of scenario. Not at all. All I'm saying is that if there ever was a time to agree to less money, this is that time. Because, there is no, this isn't a commentary on what kind of star Fury is or how much we believe in Wilder. This is a commentary simply based on where we are in pandemic season and where we are in terms of the state of the economy. There's just no way to raise the kind of money that these guys are expecting to make. So if you look at it from that perspective and then realize that the winner of this fight positions themselves in a situation where they can dictate, terms from a reasonable standpoint, like, is that worth it? I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, is the lack of money worth the gain of power and money? That's what we're talking about here. And now, unfortunately, they should have both. You know, they should get paid because they are two of the best heavyweights in the world, and they should get paid accordingly and get the power that the winner deserves. But in this situation, it's like, if you can't have one, but you can still have the other and position yourself for a fight that makes more money at the end of the day with AJ, do you do it? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not suggesting it. All I'm saying is that if there was a time to do it, it's for this fight. It's for what this fight represents, and it's also for what's at stake. You're talking about supremacy, because AJ can win his next fight, and nobody's going to call him the best fighter. Well, I mean, there are people that are going to call him the best heavyweight in the world, but logistically speaking, it's really hard to make that argument. You know, the best in the world is decided between Tyson Fury and Wilder, because right now Tyson Fury is the best in the world. So Wilder beats him, he becomes the best in the world. So with that kind of bargaining chips at the table, it's hard to just overlook that idea of them just fighting. And I don't want to make it sound like, oh, let's just get it over with. But I bet that there's some sense of feeling for them. Like, let's get this over with. Like, I'm tired of fighting Deontay Wilder. I'm tired of talking about Tyson Fury. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about them. And so, you know, if those frustrations boil over to a point where they can say, you know what, I'm just going to go and knock this dude out and, you know, finish this already. Why, you know, I don't think it's a bad idea. Again, it's not a reflection on them as stars and what they deserve and how much they can earn. They have earned their spot where they belong amongst the Canelos and the Mayweathers of the world. But ultimately, Mayweather's never had to fight in a pandemic season, and I don't think he ever would. You know, and Canelo's about to do it, but we don't know what his pockets are going to look like. But ultimately, I think it's you know, you're long-winded.
Nah, not at all, man. So I mean, look, when you say it's bigger than money, meaning that take what you got to take, guys. This has been like the we've been hearing lately. Take what you got to take. Don't worry about it. Take what you got. Don't worry about it. Take what you. Don't worry about it. And that's. Look, it probably would make more sense to stick to your guns really, really hard, I guess, in a situation where we didn't have all this stuff happening with C-19 and everything else. But because of the situation that we're experiencing globally as a human species, then I'm for fighters just taking a look at things and considering everything. I'm not saying devaluate yourself totally, but consider it, right? Because I'm not saying also go ahead and fight for anything, you know, because that's not what I'm arguing for Tio. That's not what I'm arguing for Bud, and that's not what I'm going what I'm going to argue for Wilder and Fury. They got to take the money that makes the most sense, right? And the negotiations at this time are more delicate than ever because of the times we're living in. So it's a matter of just, you know, falling into negotiating and falling into a term, man, where everybody's happy, man. But the consideration has to be there because, you know, big fights need to be made. And if they're not made because, you know, somebody couldn't bend a certain way and it just fell through, it's going to be terrible for the fans, you know, because, you know, we're the ones who want to see these great fights. We continue to wait for these great fights, and we continue to be patient during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of other stuff to watch, but we're hardcore boxing fans, and we want the best for the sport. And we do want these fights to happen. We want the big fights to happen because it looks like this C-19 crap ain't going nowhere no time soon. So, you know, negotiations just got to get a little more open on both sides of the fence.
So, what do we think of this? Is this just Frank Warren ruffling the feathers trying to get the ball moving for Bob to secure a venue and date for Wilder Fury, or is this real?
I think it is him trying to secure, but I think it is also real. I think that it's a combination of the two, because if you look at where Tyson Fury sits, it's like Frank's going to be his mouthpiece, right? And he's going to come out and he's going to make sure that Bob knows, hey, don't jump the gun. Don't suggest that we're sitting out because of X, Y, Z. They all want to make money, but ultimately, they all have to, like, there's too much in the schedule. Just like Doomy said, it's too much to push everything back. And I think that's the biggest issue of them all. But at the same time.
Well, let me catch this super chat by Dre.
Pound for pound supporter, Andre Dakota. No more Diakonu.
Dakota.
No more Diakonu. It's Dakota.
Nah, was about to say Diakonu.
I was.
You see that say his name with a big smile, like, I got it right. Well, he says superstars in the NBA, baseball is getting prorated salaries. No college football and college basketball time for these fighters to get in the ring and take this pay cut. Time for Mickey Mouse to give up the cashola. Hashtag lawyer up.
And that's a good point. I didn't think of that. You're right. Man, how little they might even have to compete with something in December. And usually you got college basketball, regular basketball, NFL. And now they're in a situation where, who knows what they'd be competing with? Probably nothing. You put it on pay-per-view, who's to say that they don't make? I'm not saying they make as much, but I don't know. I think the pay-per-view does extremely well. I really do. I think people are thirsty for fights. I think that if you put on the best ones, we've seen the UFC model, right? Everybody keeps talking about the UFC, and I'm not here to say, oh, they're killing boxing and all that dumb shit we hear on Twitter. All I'm saying is that the model is there. And I promise you that if boxing puts on their best fights, they smoke the UFC. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. As great as the UFC has been lately, boxing's best fights versus UFC's best fights, bro, no question. I promise you, people don't even know more than one fighter in most of UFC's divisions. Like, it all boils down to, a BMF title. Like, I'm just being real. I'm just being real about it. Like, I'm not hating on the UFC. I'm a fan of MMA, but, I mean, you can't compare it. Everybody talks about boxing, including MMA guys who are like, yo, I can't wait to see Canelo versus so-and-so or Wilder Fury or AJ Fury. Like, they all talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't hear no boxing people coming out saying, man, I can't wait for, Habib to fight. I can't wait for Khabib and
chill
George
with the cousin, Chan. That's
my bad, bro. My bad.
Come on, Chan. It's like, nah.
I'm with you, man. I'm willing to pay for. Yo, listen. I think it was Brandon said, "Oh, Porter, Garcia, whatever." I mean, Garcia Earl's not a fight, especially not pay-per-view. Bro, I was willing to pay for Danny Garcia Broner on pay-per-view for years. Earl and Danny is Danny stepping up when people consider him a cherry picker. He's stepping up into the fire to a natural welterweight who's huge. That's a great fight. So I'm willing to pay. Wilder Fury is an exclamation point. It's a period. It's an ending. And we need that. We need finalization of this Wilder Fury saga. So that fight needs to happen, and they need to put it on pay-per-view. I think, even though that's too late, right? November, when is Earl Danny?
No, November 12. No, let me just get the date, man.
21st, something like that. Mario, what's up? Where you reading off into the screen?
Spence and Garcia is November 21st, 2020 on Fox Pay-Per-View.
Not 2030.
So do you guys somehow think? That they're waiting to gauge the Danny Earl pay-per-view to come back and do?
Oh, good point. Wow.
But
investigate.
But wait, it doesn't leave a lot of time. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah, that's
you would have
true.
to have a promotion in
But you
place.
can put a pull out on him.
Yeah, but you would have to have a promotion in place to do something crazy like that.
That's true. You're right. They can't pump a bunch of money just to be like, yo, we're going to pull the plug on this thing if it don't work out. Yeah, that's true. That's a terrible business model. That's why I don't run a major promotion. That's the only reason, because obviously I could.
Yo, when's the Mike Tyson fight?
November 28th.
Okay.
In California, 2020 on Pittenhouse Play. It is November 28th, which is the same day as Chris Colbert, Jamie Arbodella. Is that how you say that? Right? Arboleda. Yeah,
Yes,
Arboleda.
shit.
Yeah. I mean, not for nothing. Yo, I'm going to catch hate on this, but yo, I kind of am a little more excited about that Colbert fight. No, I better not say that. That's not true. I want to see Mike and Roy. I'm not gonna lie. But that Chris fight is a sleeper fight. Like, if you don't know, then
Is that we know what we're
tell
getting
you.
with Chris. You
So-
know, it's real time.
But I think Jamie's I don't know if he's a live dog, but because I ain't gonna bet on him, I don't want people to be out there like, yo, should I bet on him?
So getting
know.
back to this, do you think this is just Frank staying relevant in the media?
Yeah,
You know, Rob is saying pretending like he's still
I saw that. Yeah,
like he's still Fury's promoter, because we do know that Bob is kind of in control. I just don't feel like, is there a world that exists where Frank has zero say-so?
I don't think he has zero say so, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to feel really bad for Frank. Like, I don't know. He just gives off this vibe like the dude who his ex-girl like still like gives him a little play every now and then. He just blows her up and she'll shoot him back like a text every once in a while. And you know, that's just kind of the vibe I get. Like, I don't want to use the word pathetic because that's a very strong word, but I do want to say that Frank is out here. That's a bad word too. I'm not going to say that. You know what? Never mind. Frank's a Hall of Famer.
Well,
Twitter's got me in a.
I don't know, man.
whirlwind.
I would like to see. Yeah, we're it's December. I mean, let it die down. You know. So,
What do you mean by that?
You could definitely let it die down if you don't jump while the iron is hot. Like the hype for Wilder Fury could die down if you don't keep that momentum going.
Is that what Frank's doing, though, is the question. But I don't know. I don't agree. I think that the moment they announce this fight, the Joe Rogans of the world are going to get on and talk about it. And, you're going to have every podcast. Look, every podcast in the world that talks about nothing else or talks about everything else except for boxing has talked about Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. And all those same podcasts talked about Fury Wilder. You know what I mean? So I think that it's a mega fight. It's a mega fight for sure. And it doesn't need as much hype as some of the other fights. Like a Joshua Fury, would definitely need some promotion, in my opinion, on American soil. The UK, they got it locked. They ain't going to let that one slip by. But that would need a major promotion, I'm sure. This, on the other hand, I don't know. I think there's so much dialogue and so many storylines built in. Was Wilder did somebody frame him or did he get backstabbed? Was his suit 150 pounds? Like, did Fury have a messed up glove? Did he cheat? Like, all these things that have come out, like, they're just storylines that feed into a promotion that, quite frankly, has been promoting itself the last few months.
I mean, on YouTube, we don't know if that's resonating with casual fans that don't engage
That's a good point.
on YouTube.
You're right, because ESPN hasn't been covering those things. Sports Illustrated hasn't been covering those things. Fox Sports hasn't been covering those things. So, I don't even know when the last time they've said the words Wilder Fury.
That's right. I think that the last time really that I heard it was when they had what's my man's name? Keenahan in the mix.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's
Good
it.
call.
It's
Good call.
been,
Oh, you know what? They did have Fury Joshua in the media. on ESPN.
Yeah,
Which is
that
now
little
kind of
run-in.
weird if you think about it. But
That little run-in they had.
what, and thinking about that, what a cluster crap that was. Like, what was that whole media cycle about?
You
like,
know
really?
what it was about.
I mean, I know what it was about, but it was such a waste of airtime. Like, we've theoretically planned to fight each other after, White gets his shot and Wilder and Manuel Char and
Bro,
everybody
I'm telling
else.
you, that whole Keenan thing, and then everything fell apart. They had a lot of things planned. They had a lot of things they was talking about. I don't know what the hell that was. A cluster fudge. Yeah, exactly.
Yo, Doomy, what if it doesn't get done? Like, can there be a narrative that without Keenan, the big fights don't get done?
The AJ fight doesn't get done.
AJ
Well, I
don't
mean,
get done.
you need that
Wilder
Middle East money. You need that Middle East money.
No, for sure. That's what I'm saying. So it's like a
No, the
situation
Wilder
where
fight has nothing to do with Keenan because the
No, I
Wilder
know.
fight
All
is American soil pay-per-view.
Of course. I'm just suggesting that he might have been. I mean, we all know and speculate what kind of player he was for Fury, but he might have even been bigger than we know. Who knows? He certainly feels like he had more influence than Frank at this point, which isn't. I'm not. That sounds like a cheap shot, but I didn't mean that to be a cheap shot. Damn, homie, you're gonna mow your lawn right now.
Speaking of cheap shots, I'm getting numerous messages from Remain Anonymous letting me know that, Frank's just, he's been reaching out to Eddie and they feel Queensberry is struggling. They said, look at the Frampton fight. It isn't even in the BT studio. Yeah.
Going down the pan, huh?
So, but look, this is all assumption, right? Like, we don't know. I have done zero research on that. I didn't know Frank was struggling.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading, to be honest with you.
Yeah, from who?
I'm not gonna lie. I really don't know a lot of UK writers' names. I get it on Twitter.
Yo,
I've been reading it from Twitter.
Websites.
I've been reading it from
websites.
Twitter. No, listen. Nah, that's a fair point. You're right. I was gonna try to live and die on the Twitter sword, but not worth it. Not worth it.
Look, Queensberry. I mean, look, who's their biggest fighter at Queensberry? It is Tyson, right? I mean, well, at least for him having a hand in that. But who else do they got that they are doing so bad? I mean, it has pandemic really affected Queensberry promotions?
Definitely.
To the point where he's struggling. Like, I mean, we heard Eddie Hearn and Dazn, and they were going through a little pocket, a rough patch, you might say, and now we're hearing Queensberry, so I don't think of it as too far-fetched, right?
I'm being hit up from my top-ranked guy that says 1,300,000,000 people watch YouTube. Can't dismiss the Wilder Fury stories that are on YouTube. They are out there. They hear them.
It is true. Viewership is huge.
It is.
So, people are seeing these things.
If you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Plus, it lets us know that you enjoy this back-to-back morning show, giving you more than one topic to discuss and debate, getting you through your day the way only TBV can. And if you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe. Do me, I'm going to go ahead and hit that, refresh so you hit the drums. Let's see where we're at. Oh, yeah, baby. We gain one. One.
Everyone counts.
I said one.
Another one part of the army.
Shout out to the Doomy Burner account.
I said one.
Damn.
Yo, we're going to go out to the phone lines, man. Give us your thoughts. Remember, Mario, let them know what we want their thoughts on, not just rambling.
We want their thoughts specifically on the Fury situation regarding what Frank has recently just said about Fury fighting this year, which is directly opposed to what Bob Arum has said, which Fury might not fight till 2021.
All right. We're going out to King Amin in Essex. New Jersey, not across the pond.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Nah, man, Ness, you across the pond. You know what I'm saying? They caught you in that nice piece of footage from BT Sports, bro. That was beautiful, man. Shout out to TBV, man. What's good, fellas?
What up? Good morning.
What's good, champ? Saw that, man. That was pretty dope.
It was.
Listen, man. Speaking of across the pond, look, if Bob and Frank is beefing, like we know even from battle bars, we know promotional situations can get pretty crazy, man. So if what's holding this up is a promotional situation, like the only thing that this boils down to is what's the root of all evil? Not money, the love of money. I don't know why it can't be. I don't know why it can't be enough to go around. Somebody made the beautiful point. There's not even nothing to compete with. We're seeing PBC welterweights getting fights, buddy. Maybe the common denominator is Bob, right? Because if PBC fighters are getting all these fights, Bud ain't getting the fighter he wants, whatever it is, right? And then on top of that, Frank is saying he might fight, but then Bob is saying he might not fight. Bob is the common denominator. We need to talk to the Bob father. Maybe he's blowing indica and not the sativa he's used to, but somebody needs to check Uncle Bob, man. That's my call.
All right. I was sent the PDF here. I'm gonna forward it to you guys. They're saying, the tax information, it looks like, or financial statements. I don't know how people get this stuff, but here you go. In the meantime, we're gonna keep these phone lines moving. We're going out we're gonna start from the bottom to the top this time around, even though bottom usually working, but we'll do it. We'll see. Tyson, Houston, what up? No? Maybe I said, maybe you ain't from Houston? Tyson? Just listening going once? Tyson, just listening
Blog
going
Talk?
twice? Nah, that is Skype.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me get to Steve in Chicago. Anything on this or just listening?
Yeah. Hello?
Yes.
Chee.
I would have played the intro, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you was in or out.
All right. You gonna play it?
Yeah, play that, champ. I'm trying to listen to
My
that.
town up in K-Town.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they're in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it. BoxingWiz.com.
All right. Now, just thinking, and I'm brainstorming here of the question: is it possible that we're going to see a tune-up fight for these guys?
I mean,
I thought that's what Ness was alluding to.
That's what I said when we seen Joe Joyce and Dubois get a tune-up. I'm thinking they might get a tune-up.
That's what I'm thinking. Just hearing what you guys are saying, that's what I'm thinking. That's all I can add up out of this. That's how I'm interpreting.
It could be.
That's all I got.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't get hit to know Reese's area code, but is this Reese Salim? If not, first time caller? Because this is 609. You like from Jersey. 609?
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. First time
Loud
caller?
and clear.
Yo, this is Robert Genius, baby.
Oh.
Yo, Nestor Gibbs.
Damn,
you are
my bad.
ducking me.
Genius.
You are ducking me. I've been calling
with
you out.
Roberto? What's up, champ?
Yo, that's me, baby.
Is this the famous guy from YouTube?
From Satan's backyard?
From Satan's backyard?
So Ness, you heard him
the
say
most
it.
views and comments
Fam-
in history?
So there you go, Mario. Mario's making my case for me. My name's getting bigger. I'm outside of Border Wars. I'm undefeated in Border Wars. Ness, I want that title shot. Ness, you are ducking me on air right now. Do you accept me versus you in October at Steve Cunningham's gym?
No.
What?
Said no.
I'm calling you out. I got mad clout. I'm winning on the road. I'm winning in street beef.
So all you
I'm
gotta
winning
do,
in border wars.
all you gotta do is beat a heavyweight that's a common opponent. Get yourself ranked at heavyweight.
Did Gus do that? Did Hayes do that? Did Eddie do that?
They were already heavyweights. You are not a real person.
Yo, I fought at 168. I fought at 185. Okay, I'm the pound for pound
So fight at
champ of Border
heavyweight.
Wars.
So
all
fight
right.
at heavyweight. Fight at heavyweight, and we'll take it. But I'm not gonna be your first heavyweight fight so that I could be called a cherry picker.
I'm gonna put you to sleep.
Go ahead and
You're
fight.
not a cherry
Go
picker.
ahead and
I'm
fight
calling
Gus.
you out.
Go
I'm
ahead and fight
undefeated.
Gus. Go ahead and fight Gus. Go ahead and fight Hayes.
Who's your next opponent? Do they have a bunch of wins in the heavyweight division and all this stuff that you're talking about? Why are you
But
putting
they're
these
heavyweights.
requirements on
They're
me?
heavyweights. They're heavyweights.
I'm pound for pound. I fight in all divisions.
You ain't you
I
clown for
fight in all
clown,
divisions.
man. You clown for clown right now, dog.
Yo, win at 185. Win at 185. Win at 160. Win at 168. I'm all over the map, baby. You can't avoid me. Whatever division you go to, Ness, I'll follow you.
Well, I'm at
you
heavyweight.
understand?
I'm at heavyweight still. What? I'm at heavyweight still waiting for you to get here.
I'm there. I'm heavyweight now.
All right, well, become a heavyweight. Go ahead and get ranked. You want that
I
Mario
already
fight?
have-
I could throw
Yo.
Mario at you at heavyweight.
I'm getting
Let
down
me
to
ask you a question,
160.
because when I love it, Mario. Yo, Ness, you talked about fighting Rel, and you talked about fighting, or not Rel, you talked about fighting Marvin. Marvin hasn't fought in over a year. None of these dudes are even ranked anymore.
Yo,
I'm the most.
Marvin,
I'm the most active.
Listen, your call is going far too long. I gotta let you go. We gotta get back to real boxing. But like, Marvin is a unified champ, man, and I'm fighting the winner of Marvin Rel. You know what I mean? You got to become a heavyweight, man, if you want us to take you seriously. This is just you clout chasing. You like the 6'9" right now of boxing right now, clout chasing.
But not for nothing though. He just pulled a Thurman though.
No, he didn't.
He pulled the Wayne.
Listen, he fought at 160, bro. He fought at 160, and he's talking about fighting 150 something pounds.
No. I feel you. I feel
No,
you.
I
I'm not saying I
feel
don't feel
Rob
you.
because he's chasing
just
greatness,
saying,
but
yeah,
like
He
Rob,
ain't chasing
champion.
greatness. He chasing clout.
Don't make me
save his
set
number.
my killer after you, man.
Save
All
his
I'm
number.
saying is that he
Gonna
did
be
it.
the
in a
Andre
way-
Ward left hook. And it's gonna
Yo,
be a
save his
bad
number
day.
under crazy person so we don't not address him properly next time. Let me see. We started from the bottom, right? Now we here. So that was Steve.
Supermax on the super chat said, "If Rob want a heavyweight, tell him to come through me."
Exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly. Now, go fight Supermax and show that you a real heavyweight. See if he won't knock your little skinny ass out. And then I'm going to laugh because I don't want to be the one to knock him out. And then they're like, oh, he fighting another small guy. Unfortunately, only the small guys step up to the plate. That's what it is. Let me go to Sony, Cincinnati. What up?
Hey, yo, what up, TBV? Another show, another dollar. Was good.
Chillin'.
Hey, yo. I know my time is probably gonna be quick, so I'm gonna try to run through this. Yo, Frank Warren, I think it was Mario that said that he felt sorry for him. I do too, because I think as far as Callahan keeps falling, Frank Warren is gonna fall down with him. So I agree more with whatever Bob is saying with that trilogy fight than whatever Frank Warren is saying. And Ness, stop ducking that smoke, bro. I sent you the text in your Skype inbox about the fighters for this Saturday. You need to get on that. Get on your job, B. Get on your job. And one more thing. Whoever that dude from Vegas was, Ness, you've been saying for months that when you started boxing Border Wars, I don't know if you were joking, but you said that I was going to be your opponent. You got me hyped up for Border Wars, my first one in Pittsburgh, Steve Cunningham. bruh. So what I gotta do? Do I gotta fight somebody else before I fight you? What's good?
No, they coming at me from all angles. Nah, if you a heavyweight, I can't duck the action, but my man's not a heavyweight, bro. That's like, that's like Bud, right? Gary calling him out. I got fights, so I ain't gotta be like struggling to fight the Gary Russells of the world. You feel me? There's people out there that's in the heavyweight division. But yeah, man, let me get to my Jimbe.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Brother?
I'm starting to feel that Queensberry promotion is starting to become the street team for Top Rank. They have no pull. All they're doing is passing out flyers on the street, just saying, "Hey, this fight's coming up. Make sure you guys watch." That's all they're doing. But in all reality, you gotta really think about what are the risks involved. Yeah, whoever wins positions themselves for the bigger fight, but it's still a risk. What about if let's say Deontay wins? Then we're gonna have a fourth fight that I don't know is as big as the AJ fight. So in my opinion, don't take less money. Just make sure that you're getting paid what you're supposed to get paid. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still a risk. So, hopefully they come up with something. I don't care if it's $120 pay-per-view. I'm willing to pay it, especially right now. But yeah, man, that's my call.
All right, we got Majid in Florida.
Majid.
What up? What up? Everybody need to like this video, subscribe, and help him reach his goals. Stop hating. But hey man, I had a question about it. I'm like, well, for one, Frank Warren, he been making that noise. He had that post about his 4 versus Top Rank 4. Now he talking about this crap. Like, can they already got a contract in place, and you got this C19 crap going around and all of that. So if he decided to get a fight in between, we got Wilder. What is the 60-40 split now for Fury favor? And they gonna talk about another pay cut or do another fight. Don't that sound like some lawsuit stuff, considering Bob Arum used to be a lawyer or probably still one? Like, where the lawsuits at? Nobody brought that up yet. But that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see how far. Right now, this is just words from Frank. We got to see how
Yeah.
far he goes with actually putting on a show for Fury outside of Bob's wishes. Going out to King Born in Brooklyn.
Yo, y'all hear me? Let me tell you something, man. Yo, I'ma piggyback off Mayembe, man. That's not the street team, Mayembe. That's the goddamn B team, man. That's the dudes handing out flyers. You know what I mean? Listen, if they gonna do the goddamn and like Steve said, if they gonna do the joint where it's gonna be tune-ups, man, just say that. Stop playing games, man. They know they can put that fight on in December. They know it's gonna blow. That's like propane tank. It's gonna blow all the way up, man. What they scared for? Listen, they playing games, and Bob got a lot of game. I keep telling y'all that, man. Who believe a lawyer? You heard? So you gotta put that together, man. Gotta put that together, dog. And I'm telling y'all, if the fight don't go on, they gonna cut it.
King, Florida.
I open the door for audiences and all of sports to go back to the way it was in Jesus' name. Amen. It's done. The fight, I'm making $10 million. I'm not really worried about what he making or anything.
I believe
That's why you gonna see in Jesus' name. Amen. With Earl Spence.
Man, you're not fighting those shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Hey, I'm just listening, man.
JT.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Nah, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. Rob, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
What's going on? What we talking about? Deontay Wilder?
Yep.
Yeah, my I had to take care of some stuff for my kids' school. But yeah, what's the topic, Ness?
Wilder Fury.
Are we still or what is confirmed now? The fight on?
Nah, Frank Warren is indicating that if it can't happen this year, Fury's gonna have a fight anyway.
How can you do that if under contract that the next fight's supposed to be between them two?
Yeah, that's the whole discussion, man. Bob is saying they wait until next year. Fury and Warren saying, they want this year, and maybe they could do a tune-up though. We just seen Joe Joyce take a tune-up, and he was scheduled to fight Dubois. Who knows, man? I don't know.
Maybe Fury might be nervous, man. Maybe he don't want to take Deontay Wilder again like that. Maybe he got some mental issues, like he be saying he be having already. Got to turn to drugs and all that. To cope instead with his mind. So maybe he don't want that smoke right now. Maybe that could be the problem.
It may be.
Could be.
That's all I got, yo.
I muted myself. Yeah, we don't even know what's going on right now, if it's really true.
What's really true?
He's in that financial bind, and all this other stuff.
J Matt. You on today? All right.
Yo, is Frank well liked in the UK though? Like I always thought he was.
They don't like him like that.
They don't like him really.
I mean, but Eddie's more appealing, right? Like for them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's got that swag. But I thought I'm starting to see so much Frank hate in the UK, and I never thought it was like that with him.
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Derek.
It can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing. You want to bet? You bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Man, forget all that. Let Robert the genius get his Mikey Garcia on. He sees something. Shit, I won't help him find it.
So J Matt, so you won't discredit me if I beat him?
I won't. I mean, he called you out. That man say he sees something. He got on live air on your show, and he got you tipped.
Listen, as long as you are gonna be in my corner pre and post, and I don't mean in my physical corner, I mean in my corner verbally when it's time to defend myself for fighting a 160-pounder. Because now I would be doing the exact same thing that I lost my relationship with Earl. Remember, I didn't want Earl to fight Mikey. I knew Earl was going to win, remember. I didn't care what Mikey saw. So I'm just saying, I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm sticking to my guns. If you think that's a fight, amen. We will do a poll. Y'all want it? I'll take another that's a cherry for me. I'll eat it up all day.
That man said, "Let him be great."
Thank you.
And you make the date, and you can't put no Mario up on none because we know he no show Mario, so he probably ain't gonna show up anyway. So you can't voice him and put him to save the day for anything. Show up, let that man be great. Let that man be great. Make the date.
I already got my ticket paid for.
Thank you.
You got yours. You gonna be in? Oh wait, we can't do that, right? My bad. Never mind.
I love it. I love it, J Mac. Thank you. Keep getting the crowd riled up. All I want is a poll that says that's what y'all want for me, and I would tell you don't think I want an easy fight? Yo, they gave Danny Garcia $800,000 to beat up Rod Salka. Rob is my Rod Salka. He's even a Trump supporter. I would beat him up live on camera all day for y'all. Let him walk in with his Make America hat great, all that goodness. Come on over. Y'all crazy. A little boy like that? Listen, there's divisions for a reason, but if y'all don't want to respect them, I'm all good. I'm all good. But don't say nothing when his little veneers get broke. That's all I'm saying. This shit is real. Trey, what up? In the Bay.
Trey in the Bay.
Just listening, going once, twice. I Greatness, Harlem. Right.
Greatness.
Don Dami.
Yes. Big up, Ness.
What up,
Big
what up?
Long time, man. Don't know. Yeah, man. Quickly, still, for you know what it is for the Fury thing. Yeah, people are forgetting that there was a contract clause in it. He's reset the rematch clause. Yeah, it's for before December, in it. So now, if Fury's willing to uphold his contract, he's ended the bargain, and Wilder isn't. Yeah, then that's it. The contract's done. You know what I'm saying? If you're not willing to uphold your side, it's dead. There's no renegotiations, no nothing. Fury's saying he's willing to fight. Yeah, Wilder's on some long thing, going missing. Nobody knows what he's
Nah,
on.
Don Dami, you got your information wrong. This is Frank Warren saying that he doesn't care what Bob says about Bob saying Fury's not fighting till 2021. Has nothing to do with Wilder.
Yeah, you know what it is? Because obviously, like, Wilder's not ready. The pandemic, everyone wants to make more money in it. Obviously, Bob's going to want more money. Wilder's going to want more time to train because he don't know how to box. You get me? So, like, flip it. Everyone wants more time. Fury's ready. If he's willing to uphold his end of the contract, that's it. Nobody can't say nothing.
Well,
like,
Bob is the one saying something, though. It's Bob saying something.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, I hear that still. But end of the day, Fury's, like, he's his promoter. He's not his manager, innit? His manager, if he's saying he's willing to uphold his end, that's it. That's it. You can go to bidding or whatever, then, innit? I'm saying.
All right, Don Dummy. Looking like Rob, if you're gonna call in, J Max said he's giving you his boomerang. That's what that was. So we're waiting. If not, Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter.
Well, you can catch me on Alex _
I'm sorry, I do have my
Shinobi.
My Jinbe boomerang. Did we ever go to him at all?
Yeah, we did.
Because they jump in and they land in alphabetical order, so you know sometimes you lose them.
Yo, Ness, you can't be fighting a 160-pounder. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
You're gonna need a lawyer after that one, man. I mean, come on, bro. You might as well, if you're gonna do that, you might as well start calling out 118-pounders.
Dude, listen, if the
public
wants,
look,
if the public wants me to beat up on Mikey Garcia, then that's what I'll do.
It don't happen. Border Wars is very, very adamant about protecting the fighters and doing things the right way. This ain't no backyard beef or none of that crap.
This ain't
is Border
Satan's
Wars.
backyard.
And I'm not taking a shot at Satan's backyard. I like what they're doing over there. Whatever they're doing, keep doing it. Keep doing your thing. When you're coming over here, that's why Rob went over there and shined, because he knows what it takes, what you got to do to be in a Border Wars event. It's not just, I'm just going to throw on the gloves and jump into a backyard. This is stuff that we match people up, not only according to their skill set, but also to the weight divisions. Come on, champ. You're going to have me Ness. You're going to have me jump cornering Ness and jumping in for Robert and shit after this. Like, I'm going to tell him, hit him with the left. Boosh. It's over. Come on, bro. 50 pounds.
I'm going to fight Sony. Sony won it. He said I'm the same age and weight and all that goodness.
See, Sony, we could start talking. You know,
See,
you
this is
great division, then we can start talking. And and I gotta give Rob his kudos. The man's crazy.
Ain't no kudos. Listen, first of all, Rob is, he on the line, so he gonna get his time to talk, but Rob is clout chasing. I got footage that I could release of him sparring your cousin who's like 5'6" and a half. 5'6" and a half, 168. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but he got real skills though. Like, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying like
it don't
that's
matter.
nobody. That's nobody that I would say.
What's the saying in boxing, right? One decent big man beats a great little man.
I feel you.
So
this would be my fear. Would be my fear.
He ain't even
like,
great.
I'm not gonna cap it off.
He punched you in the arm, even if he punched. He punches you in the
Dude,
arm.
don't
You
say
gonna be
that.
running to the
Don't-
corner,
please,
rubbing your
do me,
shoulder.
do me.
like-
General Pendant.
Do me, don't
Drago
say
versus
nothing.
Rocky.
Don't say nothing. Let them give me another cherry. Let me become 5-0.
Listen,
I don't care.
but see, that's what I'm saying. That would be my fear is the James. And I'm not talking about James. I'm talking about anybody in general that would be like, yo, no, that's no cherry. Like, we'll give you all the credit, and then afterwards being like, yo, you beat up a 1-6. Like, that to me is a real thing that could happen, and in all honesty, probably would happen. If you were to win that fight.
Here he goes to tell you more stories. He's a movie guy. He writes scripts.
Yo,
Yes, hello.
can y'all hear me?
We do.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to talk without screaming. I want to adjust Doomy first. Doomy, I weigh 185, not 160. Okay. Also, I've been boxing for a year now. That footage that Ness is talking about with Elias, that's true, but that's old. So, like, that's not even the same guy. I don't know what else to say. I'm not just like some guy who does tough man contests. Like, I've been in Border Wars twice. I consistently box. Ness, I can beat you. And you're not taking the fight not because I'm little. You're taking it because you're scared.
Cool, man. So then prove it, Prove it. You just got to get in that heavyweight division.
Prove it
beat
how?
Someone.
I fought
Supermex.
I fought in Border Wars
Supermex
twice.
called you out. Fight him. He's a heavyweight. Prove it. I'm not going to be your test. You are not my test.
You're not. I spar people your size in my gym.
No, you
like,
don't. No,
I'm
you
not
don't.
crazy.
No, you don't. You're lying. You're lying. You wouldn't even spar. Like, this is a guy who literally in my own gym wouldn't spar me. Did you forget? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you sitting here like you forgot being in the ring with me, but it's okay. If people want to soup you up and they want to pay pay-per-view because that's what Border Wars is, Lord have mercy, I would take that cherry. I don't care.
Then let's take the fight. I got 3 wins.
Again,
I'm being dead serious about this shit.
It's not up to you. It's not up to you. It's going to be up to the public. And you would have to weigh 200 plus. I'm not fighting you at no 185.
Why do you keep giving me all these stipulations? Like,
everyone
you,
that
you know,
die, hey, listen, bro. Listen. Don't waste my airtime or my time, okay? Everyone that I fought has been a heavyweight in excess. So don't come on here with no clown shit. This is a hardcore boxing show. We not having circus fights with dudes in different divisions. I said that about the Earl and Mikey fight. I'm not gonna say that about you. Come on, bro. Don't come on here trying to shine, because you know that ain't that type of life.
Did Eddie get killed? If Eddie didn't get killed, why would I get killed?
Eddie didn't get killed? Bruh.
Did Doomy have to stop the fight? Doomy's talking about like saving my life.
Absolutely, they had to stop the fight, and the referee looked at Doomy, and Doomy, on some bullshit, let that fight go on. The referee,
Ness,
the active referee is looking at my corner like, yo, should I stop it? And Eddie has already admitted, like, yo, yeah, I thought they was gonna stop it because I did look crazy. Like, dog, listen, it's all good.
I watched that fight last night.
Listen, you're done. All you gotta do is to not make it take you long. Fight one heavyweight, champ, and that's it. You got the fight. I don't even got a mandatory. You'll be my voluntary. You wasting airtime. Go ahead and eat 15 pounds and get a win. Supermex called you out. Get through Supermex, you got a title shot. We could drop the IBF, replace it with the WBC, and I will knock you smooth out. Come on, bro. Elias put this bum down. Overweight, out of shape, in a car ride smoking L's, man. Trying to make, yo.
Listen,
yo,
I just want to preface that by saying Elias is really talented,
First of all, let me keep my consistency. Every time a fighter comes into the ring, I check their attire. First of all, my man, you will never fight me till you buy some new shoes and you stop coloring the check marks on your shits, okay? I'm not fighting some dude that look like he ain't even in a real fight. Get out of here. Get your whole fucking resume up. Trying to get your name right. Beat it. And that's everybody. Next GTO. Catch me on the next one. Someone donate $15 worth of pounds, 15 pounds worth of food to this man and have him beat Supermax so we could get it on. I need another cherry. Get me the 5-0, please. I'm going to talk
if
so
Supermax
much
wins that
crap.
fight, does he get it?
Supermax asked for a 4-fight plan. Y'all sitting here thinking I'm ducking.
Got you.
Every heavyweight had a...
No.
Listen,
I was just asking if it was like a eliminator or...
Marvin calls me a duck, and he asks for a 2-fight plan to get his name out there. Him and Cruz, then goes down to cruiserweight. Supermax signs up, say he needs 4 fights. Like, what do you want me to do? And I'm 40 plus years old. You don't see my grades because I cut them. They just cowards, man. They cowards. I'm out. Next GTO.
At Martin McGee on Twitter. At Martin McGee on Instagram. Peace.
You can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ, and the same handle on TikTok, Twitter, Alex Linus TBV. And yes, we were talking about Border Wars. If you guys are wondering, what the heck? What?
Shinobi. Coyote. Can't leave a Patreon behind, brother. Can't leave a Patreon behind.
To this day. Take a moment if you know the words. Come on.
Yo, what's going on, people? It's been a minute.
Coyote, what up?
What up?
Yeah. So I see Ness, you putting restrictions on people fighting you now, yeah? All right. A side status, yeah.
So sanctioning bodies don't have restrictions? Or does Canelo move from 160 to heavyweight? Have we seen that? That? Because you forgetting I'm a heavyweight at 257 pounds.
I hear you.
And you forgetting because I'm sitting in a chair every day. I am 6'5". Come on, man. Like, don't show that you stupid. Try to show that you a sane boxing fan.
Ness, calm down. Why are you so high? I'm just saying.
He's ready for Border Wars.
No, you know why I'm hot? You know why I'm hot? Because people, to get me agitated, ride with stupidity. It's like, you're not making me mad or bothered. You're showing your ignorance. You're showing that you've been watching the sport for years, but you want to see 160-pound Gennady Golovkin fight AJ. Because AJ consistently weighs in at 250.
Can I be real with you though?
Yeah, go.
That's the price of being as popular or as Floyd Mayweather-esque as you are. Like, you're that name. That comes with
and that's fine,
the territory.
Mario. That's fine. But to see, Mayweather got the finances of the popularity. I don't. So I got the time for the ass to call him stupid. I got time to call you stupid because that's what you are. That's what you are. If you want to see a dude move up from 60 to 68 to 75 to cruiserweight to heavyweight, and then when you get to heavyweight, face a dude that's going to be minimum 56, 54 pounds more than you, all good. Then you a sane boxing fan that don't know shit about boxing.
Here's the only reason why. Oh, my bad. I don't want to talk over the call.
Are you done, Ness? Can I actually get to my call? Jeez.
Go ahead, man.
You brought it up, not me.
Go ahead.
Listen. All right, so on this topic here, I actually think, I don't know, I feel like both Fury and Wilder at this stage not really interested in this fight, if I'm being honest. I think Fury just wants to jump into the AJ fight. And Wilder, we don't even know what's going on. I mean, Wilder, is he a monk now? Is he in a monastery? What's going on with him? Like, this is people's champ, right? If you're the people's champ, people want to hear from you. I don't understand. So it's all COVID-19 symptoms, man. Listen, it's what we have to deal with. But yeah, Fury should just fight White, as far as I'm concerned. That's what makes sense now, because nobody wanted to see the third fight in the first place. This is a fight that we didn't really want. So now it's like, I don't even think anyone wants it, to be honest. But yeah, that's my call.
All right. That is Majid. Did we go to you?
I don't remember.
I think so.
Much. I think we did.
We did?
To me, I asked you about the Warriors if they get sued. Yes, sir. Everybody
Oh,
like
that's right. That's right.
come out.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Thank you. Well, there you go. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Look for us to come back if these guys are available in about half an hour for another welterweight show.
We'll be right back.
Got some good news for y'all. Peace.
I
Yo,
got. I good.
See what? Yeah. What?
Y'all ain't gonna say no like outros with your like.
Oh, I already did mine, but I'll do it again. At Marmugi on Twitter, at Marmugi on Instagram. Peace.
Alex_Doomsday_LAINEZ on TikTok and IG, Twitter, AlexINSTBV. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Yes, if it doesn't have a D in Shinobi, not this time, don't go away from the YouTube page unless you press that subscribe button because you need to be part of the family. And you also need to know when we're coming on, so hit that notification bell and never be late to an episode.
Tune in to the next episode. Yo. My man got dropped by Elias and still in the chat.
Damn. He said, I got no idea what it is, but just some guy.
The only reason I don't want to see it, in all honesty, is because I think that there's some animosity. And I know both of y'all. I like both of y'all. And I feel like it might not go the way that.
Nah, Robert's a competitive guy.
Once that double jab land on his face,
Rob, but Rob needs to understand, champies, that there's weight divisions for a reason. Even as a coach, you don't recommend your guy sparring with a guy that's more than 25 pounds more than you, unless it's something that's controlled. You guys, really doing something that you're working on. Like, it's only for so much benefit. Now, when you're fighting, let me tell you something. You're a 185 pounder. He came in here. He made a correction, right? Because everybody was thinking he's 160. He's not 160. He's 185 pounds, right? There's still a 75.
He fought at 160 on Border Wars.
No. Maybe he's added some weight. Maybe he's been training. Who knows? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? I'm not going to call him a liar. And he's 185. That's still 75 pounds of disparity. Let's say Ness gets into shape. Let's say at the very most it's 50. That's 50 pounds. Yeah, I saw what happened to Wilder when Fury came in, pounds heavier than him. That was like, what? He was like 60 pounds heavier than him, 50 pounds heavier. It's a different story, champ. You can come in with your punches. I'll have Ness just lay on you. For the first round, just lay on you. Like
my Jinbe said he gonna drop him like Elvis Martinez with the jab. Ooh. I mean Rodriguez.
Elvis Rodriguez.
Yo, hilarious.
Yo, he could power jab. The reach. It's just, look, man. I mean, look, if you were the same weight, I would be like, let's go, because I know what kind of guy you are, Rob. But nah, champ, you got to stick to your weight division. And if you really want to make a chase at it, get acclimated, get your first fight in. Because if you go in there with Ness, he's gonna hit you hard. That's what I trained him to do.
Listen, let him go in there with Eddie if he's scared of Supermax. Because Supermax said he'll take it. Listen, he's a cherry. Supermax said, yeah, come through me. So, like, you don't go, prove it. What is Earl telling Thurman? Oh, I'm not about to fight you. Prove it. Go do something. What did top-ranked Bruce Trampler tell Thurman? Now we don't want him to fight Crawford till he get a win. Go get a heavyweight win, man. Make it interesting. Let's make it interesting. Come on. We could get that done real quick. But anyway, we out. Catch us on the next one. Peace.